All right, it's been another couple of weeks since my last garden update, and I wanted to give you guys another look at what's been going on. And if this thing here gives you any clue as to what we're gonna be doing today, then you probably guessed it right. We actually have some vegetables to harvest, finally. So I wanna go ahead and show you what's been growing in the garden and also what's still lagging behind. So with that said, let's go ahead and get after it. All right, here you see the drip system is going right now. That's what that means when that is up. But take a look at this. Look at this. Little cantaloupes. How cool. Yeah, exactly. Mama cow, that is cool. Look at this. All these little melons are growing on this cantaloupe that I planted. Here, the pumpkin plant is still trying to grow. Nothing yet, but you can see the flowers are blooming, so that's a good sign. And take a look at the honeydews. Look at that. Got a lot of little honeydew melons trying to grow. Look at this one here. And you can see here, this one here has a little bit of a flat side to it. That's okay, but imagine if this was sitting on the dirt, that would be more pronounced, and it would also be more susceptible to rot, which is why I wanted to put it on this cage so that this could support the melons as they grow. And as these things get bigger, I will put another sock around it and tie it off to the metal structure to give additional support so that it's not just the vines supporting the melons. But man, this is neat. And look, got a bunch of little baby ones coming in. There, another one here, look at that. So I'm gonna have lots of little honeydews. Look, there's one down there. Very cool, very, very happy. Oh, another one over here. So this is gonna just take off here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm real excited to be able to harvest some of those melons as they grow. But that is not what we're gonna be harvesting today. These are still too juvenile to harvest, obviously. Of course, the other beds are still doing okay. My carrots, something's been chewing on the leaves, but I think they're still gonna try and survive, so we'll see what happens. My pepper plants aren't putting on any peppers yet. Take that back. Look at that. A couple of little tiny ones here on this Tabasco plant. That's kind of neat. This here, I believe this was, jalapeno. No jalapenos yet, but you can see tiny little ones trying to grow. Look at that. Little tiny ones trying to grow there. So that's gonna do well. You can also see that these bamboo supports that I put in are doing a great job of supporting the plant to grow nice and straight. So that's great. And all these little flowers, as they get pollinated, they're gonna produce peppers as well. So that's fantastic. Tomato plants aren't putting on any fruit yet, but they're getting bigger. Basil's doing well. Okra is going like gangbusters. Look at that. Man, this thing looks ginormous. They're ginormous! Over here, my broccoli plants are doing well, but this is really what I wanted to show you today. Look at the crookneck squash and the zucchini squash plants. My goodness. These things are huge. I mean, it looks like a prehistoric forest or something. This is crazy. And guess what? Lots of vegetables to harvest. Look at that. That one's ready to be picked. There's one back there that's ready to be picked as well. I've got to get in here and figure out how many of these things are ready to be picked. I'm sure there's a lot. Look at that. There's another one there on the bottom. And on the zucchini squash, look at those. Man, oh man, those are ready. Those are absolutely ready to be picked right there. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, you can see the benefit of the drip irrigation system and also the benefit of the mealworm frass that I put in these beds. When these plants take off after germination, they really do well. I mean, look at this. It's only been a couple of months and they are just going like gangbusters. Remember I told you about the Swiss chard, how I wasn't worried about some of the leaves getting chewed on by some of the grasshoppers and I didn't want to add any chemicals because I knew it would still thrive? Look at this. All these beautiful leaves ready to be harvested, ready to be eaten. So I'll do some of that today as well. My peas plants are coming in. Look at that. That's great. Awesome. And take a look at the cucumber plant. Man, again, just really taking off. I don't see any cucumbers at this point, but this thing is just going everywhere, man. It is going nuts over here. So I am really excited that I'm gonna get a lot of cucumbers from this as well. My dill finally started to sprout a couple of different places. I guess the seeds got moved around at some point, but I got a couple little dill plants coming in. Rosemary's still doing well. Asparagus is still doing well, and my spearmint is doing great too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of the squash as well as the Swiss chard, but I wanted to point something out to you. Whenever I go to harvest in my garden, I always wear a pair of gloves. I actually like these that I bought on Amazon. They are Rose Gardener gloves. They're made out of leather and they're longer, so they protect not only your hands, but also your arms. There's two reasons that I do that. First, there are certain plants in your garden that can have irritating leaves and or spines on the stalks leading up to those leaves, and they will really make you itch if they rub up against you. So I like the gloves for that reason. The second reason is that in addition to you liking your garden, there are a lot of insects that also like the garden as well, and some of those insects can sting, like bees and wasps. So the gloves provide me with some protection if I go in to get something and there's a bee or a wasp there that I don't see and it tries to sting me. Well, hopefully the gloves will protect me at least partially till I can get out of there and avoid getting attacked. So with that said, let me go ahead and put the gloves on and I can get to harvesting vegetables. In here right there, but I think I'm going to give that another couple of days to get a little bit longer, and that one right there I'm going to also wait on to get a little bit longer as well. With the Swiss chard, I want to pick the leaves that look like they're the healthiest. Again, using the clippers, I want to cut those at the base so that the plant can continue to grow. You don't want to rip these out because you might rip out the roots as well. So I'm going to cut a couple of leaves like that, and let's see if we can find another good one over here. There you go. This one here looks good too. And one more. All right, there you go. I harvested 4 crookneck squash. Those are the yellow ones. 3 zucchini squash. This one here is actually probably a little bit too big.
That's what she said.
But that's okay. Once I slice it up and fry it in some oil in a pan, it will soften and it'll be just fine. And I've got some Swiss chard. So this here will last me several days, several meals, and by the time I finish with this, I'm sure my garden will have more to offer. So whenever that happens, I will make sure to do another video for you all. All right, so that's just a quick update on my garden. In the coming weeks, I'll do another video. Perhaps by then, those melons that we saw at the beginning will be ready to be harvested, and I'll show you that. And I may also have some additional fruits and vegetables to share with you as well. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. It kind of looks like the thumbs up emoji, doesn't it? So please go ahead and give a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel at Rancher Mike, and also ring that notification bell so you'll be informed of new videos as I release them. And until next time, happy gardening and take care. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up below. You can also check out one of my other videos here, and stay up to date by subscribing to my YouTube channel right here. Until next time, I'll see you on the ranch.